Hi everyone. So today I'm going to give you an update on Ryder and her health and the journey and her brain tumor and everything, because I haven't really talked about it on here much. I haven't really shared much. And in the beginning, when this was diagnosed, which was exactly a month from today, last year is when we found out she had the brain tumor. I was very quiet about when it happened. I didn't want to talk about it until we did all the brain biopsy surgeries, found out what the tumor was, found out our treatment plan, and then was on the treatment plan before I spoke on what was going on, because I personally don't like when people fear bait. I just don't like that kind of stuff. Like I want to know the facts, and and I waited a long time to see if this new medication was working, and and then I kind of want to discuss what we've been going through and what happened and why we chose the channels of treatment that we had to choose and stuff like that. Because a lot of people ask me, like, why did you guys do chemo and not do the targeted at-home drug right away? Well, it's not available for the public. The first line of treatment for a low-grade glioma is chemo. That's the first line of treatment. And we did fight to get that targeted drug. That's what we fought for. And so what happened was, and I'll try to explain everything. It's a long story. It's really, really a lot, and I'm going to try to not cry or get emotional, but that's very hard to not do. So basically, she was diagnosed with this thing. We went to UCLA. She got a needle biopsy. It didn't work. It was inconclusive. We went to Children's. We talked to the neurologist there. They looked at it. We had to do an open brain biopsy on her, which was like from here to here opened up. They could scoop out and find the gene of this tumor, so we knew exactly how to treat it. So we did that. It was February 15, right, of this year. It's been just the craziest year ever. And once we were able to find out the gene of the tumor, which was a BRAF gene, then we knew that we can try to get into this targeted drug for the study, because it wasn't open to the public yet, just to be like, oh, let's get her on this drug. So we get in the study, and it's a randomized study. They don't look at the people. I was pregnant at the time. I was about to give birth. She was barely 4 years old, right? Barely. And we randomized, we get the chemo arm of the study. We don't get the drug. We're hysterical. We're so upset. We put her in the chemo for 6 months. She develops, after 5 months of chemo, horrible allergy, anaphylactic allergy. They tried, rashes, throwing up, stomach pain. They tried to pre-medicate her with steroids, and they did. And it helped kind of. Then the next time they tried, it didn't help. It got worse, which was scary. So she developed pretty bad allergy to the chemo. And oncologist said, okay, let's step back a bit. Let's see if we could switch her out of the chemo to a different kind of chemo. But first, let's do an MRI. We do an MRI, and we see that it's grown, and we're just bummed. And it's grown 22%. Okay. This was before the anaphylactic reaction, actually. This is when she was having a reaction, but we were like, maybe we could pre-med, we could medicate it, it's fine. So we pre-med her, and it's fine, and then we say, okay, hold on. Then she has the anaphylactic reaction after we saw that it was growing, and they're like, but maybe it's growing, the tumor, but maybe the chemo will continue, like maybe it will start to shrink down after the growth. And so it's very frustrating for us. We're like, okay. When she has the anaphylactic response of stomachache, throwing up, and stuff like that, they pull the plug on chemo. And they say, and it's been a month since her MRI showing growth. It's been 1 month. Let's do another MRI. We have to do another one right away, which, by the way, MRIs are very difficult. They have to put her out. She has to get an IV and go out, and at the time she has a port. She gets her MRI. It's grown more. It's grown more to 25% in a month. We're freaking out, okay? The doctor says, okay, you have a regrowth of 25%. You can get on this at-home targeted drug. You guys can start it. She does an at-home, the liquid drug. We mix it up at home. It's a powder with water. She drinks it down every Sunday at 5 p.m. So far, she's had allergies to sun. She'll get in the sun and just red rashes, right? So very allergic skin sensitivity, skin dryness. Hair is growing in white. We say she's turning into Elsa. And she just has dry skin, so we moisturize her. And also not growing. So she's not growing. So she was growing and she's not growing now. It's okay. Don't worry. When she's done with the medication, after the 2 years, she will be able to grow again right away, just back to where she was supposed to be, and her hair will grow in brown. Oh, her eyelashes and eyebrows are white. So, yesterday, we go and do her big MRI after being on this medication for 3 months, and we get the news when we're leaving. My mom texts us because she looked online, and it has shrunk down to 65%. It's shrunk down since the original size, which is crazy. It's absolutely nuts. We're super grateful. We're very emotional because it's been just the worst year ever. Nobody knows how hard a year could be or how hard your life can be in a matter of seconds with your child, and especially when your kid is sick and you have a baby. You have a newborn baby to take care of too, so it's been really hard. I mean, when I found out about her tumor, I had 5 more months left of pregnancy. I cried every single day. There was not a day that I didn't cry. So it's been really hard. And that was the first time yesterday that we left the hospital, actually. Super happy, crying, just like, so happy. We don't know what else is going to happen. She has another MRI in February, and we're going to see what happens. But this thing is shrinking down, and I'm so excited that Ryder could be the poster child kind of for this medication for kids with this, because they now don't have to go through chemotherapy. Chemotherapy was very, very, very hard on Ryder, on her body. She was losing her hair. She wouldn't eat. She was having such a hard time eating. She was losing weight rapidly. They wanted to do feeding tubes on her. We said, no, the feeding tube they put up when they're awake, they put it in, they have to swallow and get it. I mean, there's no way. We fought that. We're like, no, we'll feed her whatever we can feed her. We were feeding her junk food, whatever we could try to get, whatever she could eat. At the time, it was super stressful. Chemo is very rough. It's very rough. I mean, mood swings. She was so upset. My 4-year-old was not her. You know, it was sad. It really was taking a toll. She had energy a lot, but sometimes just so tired, and it just was hard. It's a hard thing. But super grateful for this medication and grateful for it shrinking. And I didn't want to discuss any of this until we talked to the doctor and had the facts. There it is. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for the love and support. So love you guys.